Okay. Poverty, development, and hunger. What does development mean? Development, it is a process that creates growth, progress, positive change, or the addition of physical, economic, environmental, social, and demographic components. Development is not simply about the interactions between human groups. It also involves the natural environment at ang pag-unlad ay tungkol sa pagbabago ng likas na yaman sa mga yamang kultural. Ang pagbabagong loob ay naganap sa buong kasaysayan ng mga lipunan ng tao. Although the process has generally increased in pace and complexity time. Interfaces with second generation human rights. Core questions. What does development mean and how it is achieved? Mula sa puntong ito, ang pag-unlad ay nangangahulugan ng pagtaas sa laki o bilis ng ekonomiya upang mas maraming produkto at serbisyo ang nagagawa. Karaniwan sa isang pagpapalagay na kung ang isang ekonomiya ay bumubuo ng mas maraming produkto at serbisyo, kung gayon ang mga tao ay magtatamasa ng mas mataas na antas ng pamumuhay at para ma-achieve ang napapanatiling pag-uunlad, mahalagang pagsamanin ang tatlong pangunahing elemento. First is ang paglago ng ekonomiya, second, pagsasama sa lipunan, at last, pangangalaga sa kapaligiran. Two general approaches to issue of poverty, development, and hunger. Orthodox, rooted in neoliberal economic thinking. Neoliberalism is contemporarily used to refer to market-oriented reform policies such as pag-aalis ng mga kontrol sa presyo, deregulasyon sa mga merkado ng kapital, ng pagbaba ng mga hadlang sa kalakalan at pagbabawas lalo na sa pamamagitan ng privatisasyon at pagtitipid impluwensya ng Estado sa ekonomiya. Critical rooted in Marxist post-colonial perspectives. Ang pagpuna ni Marx sa mga kapitalistang ugnayang pang-ekonomiya ay masasabing ganitong uri lamang ng kritikal ng teorya. Bilang ng mga kalahok sa isang kapitalistang ekonomiya ng merkado, mahulog tayo sa pag-iisip ng ekonomiya sa mga tuntunin ng mga karapatan sa pribadong pag-aanri malayang pagpapalitan, mga batas ng supply at demand, at iba pa. Orthodox approach poverty. Poverty is unfulfilled material needs. Poverty, the state of the one who lacks as usual or social acceptable amount of money or material possessions. Acceptable amount of ang kahirapan ay sinasabing umiiral kapag ang mga tao ay kulang sa paraan upang matugunan ang kanilang mga pangunahing pangangailangan. Development follows a linear path to modernity exemplified by US and Europe. Hunger is a product of poor food resources. Ang kahirapan ang pangunahing sanhi ng pandadaigdigang kagutuman. The unequal distribution of income and lack of resources in developing countries means that millions of people simply cannot afford that land or farming supplies they need to grow or otherwise gain access to nutritious foods. Problem is out there in the developing or third world, like corruptions, poverty, war, hunger, healthcare, education, and safety. These are the only a few of problems faced by people in developing countries. Many of these problems are caused by exclusion, fear, intimidations, broken infrastructure, and lack of money, resources, access to information, and tools. Critical approach to poverty. Poverty has a non-material component. Development is diverse, locally driven. Hunger, sufficient resources problem lies in power and distribution. Spiritual values, community ties, and availability of common resources in addition to material concerns. Emphasis on monetary values has led to the creations of a system of productions that ravishes nurture and a society that mutilates man. Orthodox approach to development. Poverty, a situation suffered by people who do not have money to buy a food and satisfy other basic materials. The purpose is transformation of traditional subsistence economics defined as backward into industrial. Commodified economics defined as modern productions of surplus. Core assumptions. The possibility of unlimited economic growth in the free market system. Superiority of the Western model and knowledge. Domination exploitations of nature. Measurement. Economic growth, GDP per capita industrializations including the agriculture. And the process, top-down reliance on expert knowledge, usually Western and definitely external large capital investment, advanced technology, expansions of private sphere. The UNDP, Human Development Index. The United Nations Development Program compiles the Human Development Index of nations in the Annual Human Development Report. Isinaalang-alang ng index ang kalusugan, edukasyon at kita sa isang partikular na bansa upang magbigay ng sukatan ng pag-unlad ng tao, which is comparable between countries and over time. And Inequality Adjust, HDI US. The HDI or Human Development Index combines a country's average achievements in health, education, and income with how those achievements are distributed among the country's population by discounting each dimension's average value according to its level of inequality. Thus, the HDI is distribution sensitive average level of human development, and the two countries with the different distributions of achievements can have the same average of HDI value. Under perfect equality, the IHDI is equal to the HDI, but falls below the HDI when inequality rises. And the Inequality Adjusted Human Development Index. The HDI combined the country average achievements in health, education, and income with how those achievements are distributed among countries' population by discounting, and each dimension's average value according to its level of inequality. Critical approach to development. Poverty. People who are not able to meet their material and non-material needs through their own effort. And the purpose, creations of human well-being through sustainable societies and in social, cultural, political, and economic terms. Core assumptions, sufficiency, the inherent value of nature, cultural diversity, and the community-controlled commons. Measurement fulfillment of basic material and non-material human needs of everyone, condition of natural environment, political empowerment of marginalized. And the process, bottom-up participatory reliance on appropriate knowledge and technology, small investment and small-scale project protections of the commons. And the orthodox approach to hunger, shortage of calories, nutrients, techno-material response, emphasize innovation to produce folds or golden rice. Critical approach to hunger focuses on entitlement and distribution role of globalized food distributions networks and local productions. Another approach of Amartya Sen and development as freedom. The unfulfilled elementary needs, famines, hunger, violations of elementary political freedoms, neglect of the interests and agency of women, threats to environment. Sen expansion of freedom both as the primary and at the principal means of development. This is contrast with typical measures of development like GDP. And Sen argues that freedoms support each other. True development comes with the realizations of 5 freedoms. First is economic opportunities. Unfortunately, not all the young people receive the same opportunities to unlock that potential and earn a decent living. Young people can access the education, training, guidance, and connections to require the successfully achieve economic security and independence. Political development. Broadly, the development of the institution, attitude, and values that form the political power system of a society o ang pag-unlad sa politika ay tinutukoy sa maraming paraan na sumasalamin sa pagdaan ng mga abala ng mga lipunan at mga analysts. Social facilities, education, healthcare. Social facilities means primary school, secondary school, college, fire brigade stations, mga maternity home, cemetery, community center, public convenience, stadium, and such other the facilities. And the transparency guarantees. It is related to the need for openness. The people can anticipate that freedom to deal with one another with a justified expectation of disclosure and clarity. And last, protective security. The protections of security-sensitive activities against sa espiya, sabotahe, mga pagkakasala ng terorista at iba pang mga krimen that could threaten those activities and the protections of classified into other cases. And that's all our report. Thank you.